Alright, hello everybody and welcome to my Shadows over SOS Championship Series 2025 Qualifier 1 video, at least the first part. To start with, I wanted to go over a bit of why I chose to play the deck I played, just for a bit of context at the start of this video, I guess. Now, in November of last year, 2024, there was another Stoneblade tournament, and I also played Necrium Alloyin, and did pretty decent with it, right? So I wanted to kind of, but I'm obviously quite a Alloyin fan, so I wanted to keep the Alloyin train going. And since this deck did so well for me, I wanted to see if I could do decently with a similar concept again, kind of. This one has a Stitcher, Harvester, the Drix, double rallying, suppressing Tinker, some removal, and then some nice spells, a little bit of a nice spell package. It lacks removal though, which is definitely something I wanted to rectify a bit with the deck that I played this year, just because removal is obviously so useful in so many different situations. But yeah, the aim of this deck is to get minions out with things like the Cersei's Call, Ghastly Renewal, Drix, lead the charge with the Drix as well, gets an extra minion out, stuff like that. And then use things like the Commanding Stitcher and the Devouring Harvester. Well, Devouring Harvester to keep minions out with all the scientists that are going on, and then the Stitcher obviously to bring the rallying creatures back on minions that are sitting there, which yeah, ended up doing pretty well for me, right? I got to second, lost in the finals, but it was definitely fun stuff. So I'd gotten, I don't know, I can't remember exactly when I had got this deck that I used, but as you can see, I've got a couple of different variations that I've got here. The first one that I was looking at, as you saw, a Rallying Adept is the card that I decided to build around, and going for the rallying kind of thing again. But obviously, Rallying Adept is really cool because if you manage to play 2 spells in a turn, you can play the Rallying Adept for free, which is really nice because like if I've got some minion generation spells or like some free spells, stuff like that, it's definitely... Oh yeah, this one's got a 6 spell package in the Necrium half, which yeah, is a lot of spells. Which is, yeah, really nice to get this out and then replace like some minions that you've generated or something like that, to just do some buffing. Venerable Summoner lets me get extra minions out. So yeah, this is one of the builds I was looking at. But I ultimately decided that I didn't like this one as much as the one I ended up using. I tested all of these 3 plus another one in queue like a few times to see what I'm like playing most. I was almost going to play blue-red because this one did feel kind of nice playing it sometimes as well, but it didn't feel as nice as the one that I ended up playing, in my opinion. But yeah, not enough removal in this either, I think, is the biggest problem that I had stumbled upon. Too hard to get rid of other people's creatures. Like, obviously, I've got the tech upgrade, which is nice, but it's only 4 damage. I've got lots of scientists, though, so I can get the second proc off and stuff like that. But ultimately, the one that I did decide on playing in this tournament, the Hours of Mystery, to go along with this. Blight Witch is very useful for trying to get some spells out. Abyssal Drake, if it comes out at the right time, very, very annoying. Dr. Frankenbaum can do some trading, do some killing, get more minions on my board. Hibernating Harvester keeps minions coming out from things like the Frankenbaum, the Drix, the Metamine Overseer, and the Steadfast Inventor. So the Scientist package that I've got in this Rallying Adept half is actually kind of insane. And Salvage Technohulk is great too. But yeah, like, I've got the Scientist to play Gizmos. I've got the Metamine Overseer to play Gizmos, Drix to play Gizmos. So lots of free cards that I'm getting to be able to block lanes and stuff like that. Hibernating Harvester is really nice at level 3, and the other 2 levels are not great, but the high HP lets it stick around for longer. So quite often I'm going to get those minion procs with things like Drix and the Metamine Overseer, the other scientists I have, right? And because of things like the Harvester and all the extra minions I get to play, and the Salvage Technohulk and stuff like that, Light Witch is really good as well, really helpful in this build, I think. Steadfast Inventor, the 9/9 at level 2 is such a huge body to try and deal with as well, especially if I can get like a Drix boost or something. Yeah, and then obviously, as I've been saying, this deck's actually got some nice reliable removal, Dreadbolt and Necrovive, being super useful. Constantly renewal with all the scientists I have, getting 2 zombies out at a time or reanimating 2 creatures is really nice as well. But also I do have a lot of zombies too, right? So Group Meal lets me do some decent upgrading. Om Nom Nom allows me to get some good trades, sometimes block another lane as well. Scipion Experimentation, while maybe not the most useful card, being able to use it on Drix to ready it up to get another minion out that way, or like I do have the upgrading, as I said, with like the Group Meal and the Ossuary Mech. Both can help me get the free minion from the Scipion Experimentation, which is really nice as well. Oh, and the tech upgrade as well. Being able to generate some free minions to block lanes and stuff like that as well. So yeah, it's kind of why I decided to play this deck rather than the first one that I had built up here. Like, Shambler is nice, Venerable Summoner is nice, and having the extra spell is really useful, especially when a couple of spells can be played for free with the Rallying Adept. But just what sealed it for me was the Dreadbolt and the Necrovive. Just felt much nicer to play with in testing, so that's why I had selected that. So yeah, let's get into it and let's see how we go.
Oh, right off the rip, huh?
Why does it have to be like this?
I know.
Couldn't I play
I
someone
was hoping,
new?
like, like top 4 or something, make it a little spicy, but now I'm just
God.
like, oh god.
I mean, we could still meet up again in the top 8, I guess, but
But we have to have an actual match now.
no. And I'm really not confident in how this deck will do, but
I'm hoping that my deck functions. But you know how tournaments go. You
Yeah,
always stop drawing the cards you want to see.
exactly.
So far, my Rumble Spark has showed up at least in cycle 1 to 2 with the games I've played.
God.
Maybe today's the day at bottom fives every round. We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Well, since this is a professional setting, good luck and have fun.
Yes, exactly. Good luck and have fun. Oh my god, this hand is so bad. Now, interrupting Jed here, I kind of want to explain why this hand is so bad, right? And I intend on popping in and out of this video kind of like this, just to explain some of my thinking and reasoning for some of the plays and stuff that I've done. So, yeah. So basically, why this hand is so bad. It wouldn't be a terrible hand if I was off Forge at this point, right? Because as you can see in my hand here, I have Neck Revive, Dreadbolt, Scypian Experimentation, Electronet, and the Rallying Adept. Two removals in the Neck Revive and the Dreadbolt, which are only useful if I have an enemy creature on the board to play. So if I was off Forge, it would be quite likely that Tony here would have played a creature, potentially, which would allow me to remove it, right? Scypian Experimentation is only useful if I upgrade it or if I have a creature on the board to give it a buff. I don't have any upgrade cards, and I do have a creature that I could play, but since it is the Rallying Adept, and I kind of want to get a free play out of it, I want to play two spells. And then Electronet also is only useful when I'm playing onto something, and it gets even more useful if that something that I'm playing onto has increased attack, which allows me to play it for free. But since none of those exist currently on the board, it is kind of unfortunate. And I have to make a really, really weird play, as you'll see in a second. But yeah, so this is definitely just going to be me trying to pop in and out of this video explaining some of the things, because I do know that in the heat of the game, I do get quite quiet when I'm thinking quite a lot, and in things that I do aren't necessarily super obvious to other people. So yeah, not necessarily super good at explaining. But that's what I'm going to be trying to do through the course of this video, and we'll see how we go.
Oh god, what are you rocking the thing that you had that you just I shouldn't say beat me with yesterday because you like it was a close match, but
Yeah. I'm playing the same as yesterday. Yes,
I'm not
my
playing
first
double
hand.
Hantu today.
First hand is so bad. I'm taking notes on what I do this game or what I do this tournament. Oh my god.
I wanted to jokingly call you out when I think Eric was asking if you won with Alloyin at the last event because I remembered seeing your 2 badge.
Yeah.
That 2 badge says others. I was like, I don't want to rub salt in the wound if you get second place.
Fuck, I hate this. I hate this so much. I'll level this one.
Whoa. Hey, what removal do you have? You just played that. Still got Dreadbolt, I guess.
Here, I didn't have to think about my play too hard. Level up the Dreadbolt so that I have that leveled up for later. Always useful. And then I play my Adept into the lane in front of the Rumblespark to block him from any aggressive creature or something like that that might want to flip the Rumblespark.
It's a level. You always hate to see Lyria in the first hand.
Yeah.
Oh, you did get rid of the Dreadbolt. I'm not about to walk into some suppressing guy.
I wish if I had suppressing in this, that would be so good.
I felt icky minting 2 physical decks.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, sorry on the delayed response here, Tony. I was definitely thinking to myself, how the hell do I get out of this? Luckily, I still had my scientist out though, so I could block up 2 lanes and stop the Rumblespark from getting too much damage through on me early. And yeah, so that's just what I'm going to do. Of course.
Is the rallying adept your only rallying creature? I
Yes.
got a little worried.
Yes, it is, unfortunately. Hey, fun times.
It's my first RSC with Rumbles with Flamejet.
Why does it have to still have 5 health? It's fucked. Yeah, as you can see, I'm quite stressing at this point. Yeah, I play my Salvage Techno Hulk down just to block a lane, even if he manages to have a removal card to kill it off, I can still block it with the minion that it'll drop, so that I'm not going to take that 12, etc. damage through.
No replacements for you. Rallying Adept is such a cool card.
It is, but it's not helping me.
Not sure if I should.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm definitely thinking real hard here about what I want to do. The reason I played uh, the Metamind is so that I will always have a body to use my Forgeborn ability on. Either way, I will be able to use that to use the Blight Witch to kill off the or the assassin, but the Blight Witch is what I do go for here, to kill off that and then block the tortoise with the Osprey mech. Going into the next turn, hopefully letting me draw the tech upgrade, which will let me get rid of that Dark Heart Sorcerer, which would also be super useful, but I do not draw into it, unfortunately.
The one card that could have helped me right now
Oh no.
does not want to show up.
I don't really want to get rid of that guy, but probably better get rid of him now when you have less to upgrade than try to.
I haven't seen my Drix at all either.
Oh shit, yeah.
This turn, I actually kind of realized that I was like, wait, isn't this hand actually really kind of good? Like, my health and board presence is not in a good situation at the moment. But like looking at this hand, I was like, wait, I can play my creature. I can play my 2 spells because that Rumble Spark has increased attack, so that Electronet is free, and lets me play my Adept for free as well, which is going to buff both of the zombie and the Inventor that I'm going to have out on the field. So yeah, that's actually a really crazy hand to get right at this point. Definitely is where this game kind of just like stabilizes a little bit for me, which is great. I will say though, I shouldn't have blocked the creature in the right hand lane, because if I didn't block that, then the RSE would not have re-procced from the shambling. So I probably should have just played that Gizmo minion into the Adept in the middle lane or something like that.
For some reason I thought it was my turn. Oh. What else is in your hand? That is the question.
Not telling. do here?
At this point, I'm kind of looking to see what I can do to get that rallying adept back into my banish pile by replacing it so that I can summon it back with that ghastly renewal that I have in my hand, right? Because at level 3, it lets me summon, reanimate 2 creatures if I've got a scientist out. So I need to make sure that I have my Metamind adept. Metamind adept. Is that what it's called? I can't remember off the top of my head now. Not the adept. Sorry, Metamind overseer. But yeah, so I'm trying to think of how I can have that sitting out still, but then replace the adept with something so that I can ghastly renewal back on the next action. But luckily, I have my double zombie play from my Forgeborn ability, which is always going to let me able to replace it, unless it is killed, which lets me bring it back anyway. So that is, either way, it's looking good.
I don't really like my options here. All right.
Okay, fair enough.
Not sure if that's the right play, but
You go with you and you.
there's that bastard. Like, there's no way I'm getting the sneak play here. Like, you've got way too much probably about to happen.
Yeah, maybe.
You might win from out-leveling me here.
Actually, no. Let's not do that.
Yeah, okay. The reason I decided not to do that, even though I could have used all 3 of those spells there, is, like, as good as that would have been, using the Dreadbolt level 3 on a level 1 creature, which isn't super threatening at this point, really, I felt like kind of a waste, and I felt like it was better to just hold off and see what Tony was going to play on his next turn. Unfortunately for me, he is just going to remove my Blight Witch, so I'm not going to be able to play any of my spells for free. But my board position is still decent enough that it's not a huge deal for me.
Yeah,
my health is still not great, but
it was very
I'm holding on for now.
For sure.
Yeah, I ran out of gas at the end of cycle 2. My hand was like, ugh.
We got the 1 card to upgrade. That's sad. In that case, I think I will play this.
at this point, I think seeing that level 3 adept there just seals the deal because I replace whatever, and I don't think there's any way that he's able to do
if I saw
enough
this card
blocking
last cycle, that would
at this point to
Yeah.
stop me from
Always
breaking through,
hurts.
especially since I'm on Forge and getting that last 7 damage done. So yeah, definitely managed to hold on, and maybe a little bit of an
Yeah.
unlucky draw on Tony's half
GG.
lets me come out with a win.
Oh well, I'll just climb back up.
Yeah, good luck for the rest of the rounds, man.
Yeah, thanks. I'll be fine. I just didn't see my flame jet last round, and I played one card. I could have played a chaining thing if I sequenced like that other turn differently, but then I wouldn't have gotten my shambling whatever out, and so like it was like a disintegrate and an epidemic or something. So
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
sure if the epidemic being level 2 for like last turn killing the board would have. I mean, it would have helped, but I don't know if it would have affected the outcome all that much.
Good luck, have fun, Mr. Huat. If you show up. Okay, going second is much better for me. Neck reviving into Drix is a decent start, to be honest. Though hibernating harvester would not be bad either. I'm just gonna neck revive. He potentially looks like he's playing a few creatures maybe, so. Well, that's interesting. Scorchmane Dragon. I guess I should have a look and see what he's playing. Take Magus can be annoying. I'm not playing any Exots though, which is good. Nova Elementalist, annoying. Dark Art Sorcerer, of course. Not a lot of removal, but a lot of chump blocking. With the Rune Scarred Pit and the Glowhive Nursery. That's actually very interesting to have in the same deck. God-damn, I would like to get that. Something like that for my Puckmancer Drix and Steelar Researcher combination deck. Cool. Thank you. Oh, Drix. Okay, I got my Rallying Adept. Now, I don't really state it here, but the reason I play the Recycling Assassin underneath the Scorchmane Dragon egg is because it's stealth, so it'll obviously, if he wants to block that damage, he's going to need to replace that, and that means that, I mean, I don't know if there's anything that he really has in his deck that's going to make use of it in the egg form, but yeah, I just put it here so I can either get some free damage through or he has to replace it
here, though.
At some point. So we'll go forward with that. There's another spell sprite, okay. Alright, he does take out the Rallying and the Drix while keeping 2 minions up, but I did get 10 damage through. I do have Om Nom Nom available. And Dreadbolt available. So I can Om Nom Nom, block, Spell Sprite. Drix and Adept go down. Yeah, this is probably one of those times where I probably should have slowed down and looked at my cards a little bit more, because obviously leveling up the Inventor is important for this deck because it's such a good level 2 card. With that 9/9 when it's at level 2, but and it was obviously still trading with the Wisp minion here. So I shouldn't have shown my Om Nom Nom earlier. Luckily, it doesn't really play into it too much as he's still unable to stop me from doing that.
He's going to get the Rageborn,
which allows me to end up with a nice board state. But yeah, definitely should have thought through my move here a little bit before just rushing through with the Om Nom Nom.
10 damage through for 5 damage through is something that I will definitely take. And I've got the free Electronet proc as well into the Rallying Adept. So I can Om Nom Nom into Electronet, into Rallying. Clutch, Electronet into Tricks 2, Nom Nom, and Rallying Adept is crazy. And I could play a creature for free as well. And I don't have a level 1 creature in my hand, so I cannot play a level 1 creature for free, but that's fine. But yeah, Electronet can hit the Rageborn. Om Nom Nom can hit whatever comes in, even if it doesn't get me a minion out of it, and then Rallying Adept can go over either. Okay, so, okay. This has been a very gross game for me. Wherever he puts this, I can Om Nom Nom it. I can Electronet the Eruptor, and then Rallying Adept. Alrighty. In that case, I can still do this. I can still do this. And I can do this. Well, that's a nice one. So he gets his Rumble Spark out. Oh, okay. Raging Devourer, very nice. Look, I still got my free Necrovive here, which is great. Because no matter what I do at this rate, That's packed. Okay, what are you gonna drop the Drix? Yeah, that's fine. Necrovive. He'll probably get rid of the Wisp minion over on the end there. Yep. I can do this. Do this. Just to get that leveled. Play Gizmo in its lane. And then I can... do I want a minion over it just so that it kills it? Or do I want to... Yeah, actually, I'm just going to do that. Because I've got another Gizmo to play anyway, so... Cycle 2...
I cut out so much dead time here as well, and there's still so much. But I was really thinking hard of what I wanted to do here. Obviously, the Blight Witch into sacking something is going to be really useful to get that Dreadbolt out for free, which is always going to be more useful at level 2 than it is at level 1, so I do want to do that if I can. But yeah, I was really racking my brain to try and figure out if the Gizmo minion down to give the Blight Witch the buff is better, or if I want to
and I'll threaten the spell.
stack the minion
Which is
to give the
perfect.
Gizmo a buff.
So I
But
can go like that. I can go
I think
like that.
I eventually chose to
go like
not buff the
that.
Blight Witch, sack the Gizmo, sack the zombie minion, place the Gizmo, which would use one of the other creatures to trade or
Have a
block
couple of level 1 cards that I
up
can upgrade.
with
So
the
I will
well, actually I think
leave that.
because every creature is at least 2 attack with a level 2 Drix, putting over a Gizmo minion
could
is always going to let it
also
trade with the
Intermind just to
Rumble
give
Spark
Drix
Elemental here,
some
so
extra
I figured
armor.
that's always going to be the best bet,
Actually, that might
especially
be
if they
better
play
play.
something that a Dreadbolt is going to be able to take out, which
do that. Give Drix some extra armor. Cycle 2, 3, and then level 1s from both of us, but my value was definitely higher. Managed to keep both irises so far from threatening too much. And honestly, Ghastly I mean, I got my Electronet again. The fact here, I can Ghastly Renewal. What do I want to do? I can Drix minion into Ghastly. I mean, either way, I don't think he can stop enough damage here, especially when I've got Dreadbolt. Drix, okay.
this sequencing was a little weird, I guess. But essentially, I just did it so I can get 2 creatures buffed up for the next turn from the Drix bonus. From playing those 2 Ghastly Renewal minions, it's essentially 2 Drix unboosted Drix minions, right? Level 1 Drix minions. Which is probably better than me using Ghastly Renewal. Actually, I'm not sure, but either way, it's not something that really matters at this point in the game. On the next turn, I'm in a really good position, and there's really not much that's going to be able to be done to overturn that. So,
Yeah, this is...
At this point, it's literally
over.
just finishing the game out. And
no spells
with
for me to
my
play, so we
Forgeborn
can
ability
go
there
like
on
this.
the next turn, he's not going to be able to block every lane, and I'm going to be able to get the 7 damage through, so...
There's no way he can stop all of these, so... Especially when I've got Forge, Recycling Assassin, to probably just go over this Strix here, right? You can stop a lot of damage. I mean, I could even Om Nom Nom, right? But I'm just going to Recycling Assassin here, because that's stealth. Even if he managed to block every other lane. Alrighty. This deck is actually clutching it for me, so... that was definitely a better first hand, a little bit of a better game. Overall, like, my deck just... Good game, dude. Thank you. Good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah. You too.
Hey, Jed.
Hey.
I'm not sure we've played before.
Not sure either.
What does your name in Steam normally come up as?
Bionic Soup.
Oh, yep, I do have you.
Oh, I see you.
Good luck.
You too.
I should actually probably take a closer look at your deck. I'm secretly rooting for you, actually, though.
I appreciate that, but...
Mostly because I just feel like a lot of people in this game feel like the meta's completely solved and that nothing can beat, certain archetypes, etc.
Yeah, no,
Like on any given day, something can beat something with a good draw, bad draw, etc. And so
Exactly.
I like to see the more unique, especially something like that where it's like you get a cool betrayer and it can make almost its own archetype.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's that is the best thing about this game, I think, is the betrayers and the cool stuff you can do with that. Yes, okay.
I don't know if that helps you or hurts you, but nice.
A little bit of both, but...
You got something else you can play?
No, sorry, I'm just trying to keep notes on my games as well, for a video I make on it, so...
Oh, interesting. As in, like, your thought process or thought pattern kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of, or like just yeah, just to help keep track of what goes on during.
My first 2 hands here have actually been really quite useful. Like in my first one, I had the salvage into the Blight Witch, into the Neck Revive. So I always had something to sacrifice to the Blight Witch to get the spell off for free, get their creature off, not take any damage through, get 3 cards leveled, all really great things. And then into this second hand as well,
Strange
Um,
one.
I can guarantee put out 2 scientists,
Oof.
guarantee be able to sacrifice one of them, still be able to have the other one there, so that I can get the double usage out of the tech upgrade as well. Super good hands for me, honestly, to start with.
Ideal. Not a card I usually play. Kind of want to stay out of the Om Nom Nom range.
Well, Mr. Commanders, that's cool. That's actually would probably be a good idea if I looked at what your deck has as well.
Oh wait, I can't do that yet. I can't do that. I
Yeah,
have to do
you
this.
wanna hold on to the
Sequencing matters here.
yeah.
Oh man. Sorry,
No stress, no stress.
in a client I usually just like fire everything off and don't think much, but in a tournament I feel like I should sequence this properly and actually think through this. So I have the Mantis. I'm gonna pump DFD. Will have 3, so that's +6/+6. That means I don't think I can afford to put my stuff in front of the other stuff. No, I can because it'll have armor, but it won't have enough to kill that. So I think I can do this. Pump here. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Sorry. I need to do this first, then pump here. Okay, I figured it out.
Yep.
Apologies
No,
for that.
you're all good. All good. Nice. Get your Swamp Moss. This is annoying. Double Shambler. Fair enough. Okay, in that case, sucks to take all this damage, but gotta do what I gotta do.
There it is, the Rallying Adept.
Actually, I think it's just gonna be better to play this.
Man, what's so cool about your deck is just it like doesn't have a lot of the meta cards, but it just shows the sheer power of synergies.
Yeah,
across the
exactly.
board.
I honestly think that this turn here is probably one of the biggest turning points in the games.
I didn't even really realize it
was, I think, a huge mistake to play the Ghastly Renewal here. I think that's what I do. No, actually, no. I don't play the Ghastly Renewal. I remember I replayed the Palladium Mage. I should have just dreadbolted the Swamp Moss Lurker.
Gross.
I know that he's got the
Gross.
DFD, which is going to be able to buff something up super big.
Doesn't help me at all.
And if he plays that on the Mantis, I still obviously have something in front of it.
Okay.
And even if that does get removed, there's still going to be the minion that the Harvester drops in front of the Mantis as well.
At least you got more dark force
Whereas
drain
what I
left.
do is I play something in front of the Swamp Moss Lurker.
I don't think I've used
It is
the force
removed,
yet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
and then the Swamp Moss is buffed,
Haven't
and
used
that's
force still
a
yet.
ton of damage that I'm taking for free. So I really should have just Dreadbolted, got rid of that Swamp Moss Lurker. I know it feels bad to use a level 2 Dreadbolt on a level 1 creature,
Go for
but
damage when I can
it-
get it.
I think was the biggest choke I made in this game, honestly.
Okay.
I don't appreciate this at all, to be honest.
Yeah, at this point, it's just a slow descent into me eventually losing. So, yeah. So you're sitting at 2 wins, 1 loss so far in the tournament. Got to win at least 1 more for a chance at the top 8. 2 more to guarantee my entry in the top 8, right? 4 wins, I think, is like guaranteed top 8. 3 wins is generally a tiebreaker for what comes down to opponent win percent. So if I want to guarantee, I need to win my last 2 games in the
And
Swiss tournament. But if I want to guarantee, gotta win 2 more times.
Game
was 2
anyway, because
spells?
you're gonna get.
can't remember. Maybe your last card is the Adept. Could I just jam this?
I think that's game anyway, because you're gonna get. Well,
Oh, actually, I guess if you're gonna play the Adept, that means you're gonna play it on the Gizmo probably. Which means I should probably try to push damage.
well, I mean, either way, if I played it on the Gizmo, I was killing 4 things.
Oh, I see. Just the drain alone.
So I kind of have to just block here so that I don't die from the shambling. But yeah. Ain't great.
But yeah, I guess this is just a good example of a game where one wrong move, bad turn, or something like that can just completely break a game in one opponent's favor, right? But I guess it is also a good counterbalance to like my first game where I had a really good turn and like maybe my opponent, Tony, didn't have as good a draw as he would have liked, and that swung the game back in my favor. So it's just another good example of how the mechanics of this game can you never know what is going to happen, right? And
And so there's so many times when you're playing that you just shouldn't throw in the towel until the game is over. Because your opponent could make a mistake. Like I made a mistake. I didn't trade Bolt. The giant, the creature that had the potential for being giant, getting free damage through.
No, just there was a server freeze up or whatever, you know, where
like
it just stalls
your
out.
opponent could draw poorly. You could draw super well.
had some weird
There's just so many different things that can happen in this game that I don't think that forfeiting early is ever the right choice.
Hack creep, okay, at least it's not a shambling. That's something.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, okay.
I do have the shambling, although I still don't think it's game yet.
Is that... Oh, I forgot which ones I have. Oh, yeah, no, that was a mage. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, okay. Sure. Good game.
Yeah, GG. This
Life gain is life gain, so what can you do?
yeah, and this was a nice
Double
draw.
Swamp
You don't
Moss.
see the swamp moss and the primal surge every time either. What's interesting is I was playing this deck in the queue earlier, and it was just kind of mediocre. I actually was winning at like 70% win rate.
The removal into the Dark Forge Drain on the Swamp Moss just absolutely murdered me mid-game there.
Yeah, because you can keep the board full basically the whole game, from what I can tell.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
your adept just pumps it every once in a while. You also were piloting it very well, which I'm curious if these are both bronze. Is this not the deck you played in the tournament that you got second place in?
No, that was a double rallying Drix deck with a Harvester and Stitcher and Ghastly Renewal in that aspect. So it's similar, but yeah, and this has got no Stitcher and only got the one rallying.
Is it an archetype you just enjoy, or would you almost consider yourself like a specialist, or you just happen to have two sweet Necreum Alloyin builds?
Yeah, I just happened to have two of them, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I honestly, I mean, I guess you'd call it a scientist build. I guess I didn't realize that early on, but that I would consider that, you know,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
all looking at it now, it's basically the scientist archetype, which I would say I have not even ported that into SoulforgeFusionDecks.com because
Yeah, no, the scientists. I really should look into seeing if I can put together a good operator harvester deck, because they can be quite frustrating to try and break through, because yeah, they keep lanes filled so much, but
how have you won the other games? Just because I was curious what the win con is. Is it just keeping a huge board constantly and just
yeah,
putting pressure on?
kind of, yeah, overwhelming through stats, the growing wide with stats, right? Like get wide, block lanes, stack up with rallying or Drix when possible.
Oh wait.
And then there's the
see Drix?
recycling. No, I didn't see Drix like at all, or when I did see him, I wasn't able to play him. But also like the recycling assassin can stealth through some big damage at some points as well.
Yeah, because looking at the round pairings, you were beating. you were beating solid decks. So when I was looking at your deck earlier, I was just like, man, I really don't see how he wins. What is like knockout punches? But it must be just the free adept on top of Gizmo, all the free stuff. Anyways,
Yeah.
really cool deck. Are you gonna post your matches?
Yeah, I'll be making a video. Either I will just cut out the games and post them, but yeah, I intend on making a video over the next couple of days.
All right, Jed. Well, I hope to see you in the top 8 because I want to see you bring. I just want to prove to the world that the meta is not, But hey, maybe if you don't make it, and I was one of the ones that knocked you out with the, traditional Drupal or DFD, whatever you want to call it, then I guess I'm the one that is causing the problem.
Yeah. Nah, all good. Thanks.
All right. Well played.
Yeah, you
See you
too.
out there.
See ya. Hello, hello.
What's up, Jed? How are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
Same shit, different day. You know how it goes.
Yes.
Beat me to it. There we go. Got the right deck.
Good luck. Have fun.
Yes, sir. And GG's have fun. You gonna let me go first? Hey, it's the first time I've gone first all day. Let's see.
Do you like going first, do you?
Well, not always, but sometimes I do. But I finally got to is more the point.
Fair enough.
I'm so happy about it. Play this guy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Furious shard back. Okay, fair enough.
He's so furious. Oh, you're the Drix Rally deck. Cool. Oh, that one's a once. Oh, he's hibernating. Okay, I see. Get a bro.
Being able to get rid of
hit you
the
back with the
ferocious shard
barrage.
back here before it can ping itself to destroy my gizmos or whatnot is actually very useful, and definitely helps put me ahead a little bit, I think, on tempo, especially when I've got the forge now, and looking at my hand, I've got the Rallying Adept or the Assassin there, to recycling Assassin to try and buff some stuff. I think I played the Adept though on my second turn.
It just sometimes I get like server freeze ups where I have to just put in a bug report for it to continue.
Like does the game just freeze or
Yeah, it just freezes. Like I do my action and then it just freezes until I put in a bug report to just, I don't know, reconnect to the server or something. I don't know if it's my Australian internet or what, but
I mean, maybe? I don't know. It still seems strange. Well, that's unfortunate.
you're streaming, right?
I am, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Feels bad, man.
Mm-hmm.
Angry grandma. Zap. There we go. So you upgrade a card for each zombie? Okay.
Getting these free upgrades is actually really nice as well,
and
especially
we'll
when
upgrade you.
it allows me to upgrade that Cypian experimentation, which allows me to play a Gizmo minion from that. Actually came in clutch for me a few times over this tournament.
Shambling Spirit.
Blocking
Yeah, okay.
damage like in this situation and stuff
Gotcha.
like that. It's just
He's a
actually
shambler,
it's been surprisingly useful for me. The Cypian experimentation, being able to upgrade it to get the free minion, or like using it to on Drix to be able to play a new minion there as well. Either way, it's actually been super useful for me.
Well, let's see how that goes. Probably gonna feel bad about it.
I mean, you stopped my Drix from getting a boost, I guess.
Being able to force removal on
Yeah,
a
you need to
level
stop
1
the
card
damage,
like
yeah.
this, instead of taking out a key piece to my strategy like Drix, is actually really useful, and it's definitely a good
always,
part
it feels
of
bad.
having a Drix deck, allowing you to buff other things besides the Drix. It's such an unthreatening card outside of the gizmos it plays that having getting them to force on the removal on the creatures that are actually doing damage, allowing you to buff things up later, is really nice.
Mm-hmm. Gizmo. Gizmo and the Gizbro. What's this guy do? Okay. Really want to kill your Drix, bro.
I mean, understandable.
Yeah. There, one of I didn't bottom 5 it. I just had to wait to the end of cycle 2 to see it. I hate you, game.
This abyssal creature here came out at a really good point for me as well, right on the end of cycle 2. Because it is only a 2/3 creature, so it feels like a waste to block, right? But also, because it's abyssal, it can take out any creature that's left on the board. And since Crimson played into an open lane instead of blocking one of my other 2 creatures, I can play this into an open lane and either force more damage through or force him to lose a creature to the abyssal. So it's definitely a tough situation that he's been put into here. And this is the problem with having such good abilities on things like shambling on the Spectre, because you can't block with it, otherwise it just dies straight away, right? So it is a tough one. It can be very useful if you're ahead, but if you're behind, it can definitely be a bit of a struggle. Yeah, nice.
Play a Zombro.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's see. Yours is arguably better.
This definitely wasn't an ideal hand to be getting at this positioning. Very, very awkward for the start of cycle 3. But fortunately, it doesn't look like Crimson has necessarily got a super good cycle 3 hand, start of cycle 3 hand either. So I'm able to play around with the Blight Witch, the Siping Experimentation, and my Forgeborn ability to block the lanes nicely and stop him from being able to regain the tempo too badly, right? Yeah, so it still worked out for me in the end here.
All right. I know I'm taking too long. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good. No stress.
Doing math, and I'm bad at math. I want to do this, but I'm not sure if it's the right one.
Once again, Drix on Forge coming out as a bit of a finisher here is crazy, especially when I've got that Adept in hand as well to give buffs across the board. I've got Stealth on the board, so even if he manages to block every lane somehow, he still needs to have an aggressive creature to block that too. And it's just a very tough position that he's in at the moment. Game winning position for me. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I feel like this is very close to the end of this match as well, which I will say I do end up winning as well. So that puts me at 3-1. So I've got to win one more game to guarantee to get into the top 8, but I at least have a chance of getting into the top 8 depending on my opponent win percent at the end, even if I do lose this last game.
Yeah, a little too late, assholes. God.
Is that your shard back or?
A little too late. A little bit. No, just saw cards when I don't need to see them.
Yeah.
So let's see, what do we do here?
Oh, no, not that one.
Nom, 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 nom. that will be GG's.
Oh yeah, good game.
Both your creatures. I'm only gonna be able to block one of them.
Hmm. Yep. GG.
GG's.
It was quite a close one though.
A little bit. You played me against. You played this deck a couple times in the queue. The one that I'm playing now, you've played against me a couple times in the queue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah, Furious Shardback is definitely a tough one, and maybe if you'd managed to draw that a little bit earlier, you could have.
I need to see Thunder Crash Field is best in cycle 1 or even cycle 2 is okay, but
Yeah,
not seeing a lot of my hard removal like
It's-
until like cycle 3 sucked ass. I used Dreadbolt I think once, and then I didn't get to see any of the other ones.
yeah, no, that is always unfortunate.
Or no, I saw Grave Pact and it's just like I can't sack this creature.
Yeah. That is the problem with the Grave Pact.
Yeah. All right. Well, GG's, man. Good luck to you. I hope you win the next one. That'll put you. I need to try and win the next one and hope my tiebreakers are worth it.
Yeah, no, good luck. Hopefully, hopefully we can both make it back to the top 8, so
It's a hard fight.
yeah, it is.
GG's, my friend. Thank you very
GG's, indeed. Thank you, you too. Alright, I have not played this opponent before. Reaper, Commanding Apparition, okay, Forsaken Necromancer, Gaulish Walker, Shade, Signet Fraud, some life gain, Reveler, Biologist, Infernal Ritual, Forge Seal. Okay, I feel like I've played this before. I mean, just Dreadbolting the Glowhive Siren seems like a good bet, but also tech upgrading to upgrade the Dreadbolt and the Glowhive Siren seems like a decent play as well. I mean, I don't need, I think I'm just gonna Dreadbolt this, keep the 2 bodies on the, I think keeping the bodies on the field is better than getting the upgrade, but that might come back to bite me. I guess we'll see. Oh, okay, cool. I can get it all done anyway, which, thank you, definitely helps. My whole hand level, which is great. Magnivorous War Task, okay. So that is fine. I'm just gonna level Drix. I've got all my minion generation creatures leveled in cycle 1, which is cool. Not my Blight Witch though. But since he's got Magnivorous, maybe not playing the Blight Witch. It's not as big a deal. Ghoulish Walker, definitely something to worry about, but I mean, I think my opponent has a decent amount of removal, right? Om nom nom. Makes sense. Get rid of that guy, but I mean, I'm going to Rallying Adept if he puts it in front of Drix, which is great for me. Nice little rallying buff. Keeps all my stuff alive. Obviously, depending what he wants to play now. Fine Lash isn't going to help. Yeah, okay, Feel with some minions, but I still got my Drix. Cool. Okay, so this is good. It's not going to keep my Drix alive, but I can... If he doesn't kill my Drix here, he definitely should. Okay, sure. Are you gonna stop Drix? That's fine. Not too worried about that, because I can go Drix here, lay that there. Let's kill this Drix and play a Dr. Frankenbaum instead. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Gizmo because that's the easiest thing to just get rid of here, but that's right, I can just replace this Rallying Adept. I don't mind taking the 4 damage at the moment. I got enough health still, but that's not a huge problem. He's not going to anyway. Okay, that's actually, in that case, yeah, I'll just do it over the Gizmo. He should have got rid of the Gizmo, I think. Because obviously... No. Look. Misclick. Oh well. Bring it back with a... with a Ghastly Renewal later, that's fine. 1, 2. I can Blight Witch. What are you getting rid of? Get rid of the Adept, yep. In that case, I'm just going to Cypian Augmentation on the...
Potentially could have been a good idea to play the Blight Witch and
Gizmo out.
sacrifice the Gizmo minion over in the left-hand lane instead
So there's a little
to
bit
group
more
mule
longevity there.
and get something upgraded. That would both upgrade the Blight Witch and get something in my discard pile upgraded. But I think I didn't think it would be worth really enough since I'm only getting the one zombie upgrade. But yeah, either way, like, I think Cypian Augmentation to give Drix some more health and attack while still getting another minion out in another lane, while still getting rid of the zombie in my opponent's lane.
Board still, okay.
Is still a decent enough play.
4
so
damage, which...
yeah, that's what I went with, I think. Yeah, but I guess the Reveler is going to let me get the upgrade as well anyway with the group mule, so it works out for me. Not too bad. Once again, get to fill my lanes while still upgrading stuff, which is always decent.
Still in a really good board position, depending on what he grabs here. But even then, I still have Metamind Overseer. Tech upgrade as well is cool. Can tech upgrade the Necrovive. Gonna stop Drix. Yes, you are going to stop Drix. That's perfectly fine. Don't get the Drix buff, but do I want to... Might be better just to do this.
Yeah, replacing the Gizmo with a Gizmo might seem like a little bit of a strange play, but in this instance I think it made a lot of sense because it lets the Gizmo trade
the armor potentially
with
if I don't want
the
to anything.
creature that is in front of it
Necrovive would be good,
while
though.
keeping it alive for the next round potentially, depending on how the turn goes, right?
I mean, look,
But since I'm threatening so much damage through with other lanes, I don't think he can afford to try and deal with that Gizmo now.
I think I just...
Whereas before, it was just the Gizmo into another lane, which, like, yeah, sure, still would have let me replace it with something,
could keep Drix
etc. But this way, the Gizmo trades, and then I've got the other creature to replace on a later turn as well, or something like that. So I think it worked out more in my favor to replace the Gizmo with the Gizmo.
think it's a mistake, because I can still use the Neck Revive. It's my opponent's ability, Soul Cipher, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm just going to be pushing a lot of damage in all lanes. And I can Recycling Assassin, I can Neck Revive, I can Abyssal Drake. Probably Recycling Assassin is probably fine. Okay. I mean, Recycling Assassin is still probably fine. Actually, I reckon I'm just going to level up Neck Revive, push some damage. Okay, he's going to choose to block some damage, which makes sense as well. Rather than pushing through the 7 damage he has. Oh, he's keeping his life gain up, but yeah, I'm definitely pushing through a ton. Look, at this point, I don't think I need to play the 2 free spells. I could literally just play a creature. At this point, I probably should have played the tech upgrade to take out the Glowhive Siren first, and then use the Dreadbolt for whatever comes out after that. Shouldn't have played the Dreadbolt first in this situation, because the Dreadbolt just removes the creature, whereas if any creature that's played, yeah, I mean, I think that has higher than 10 HP is still going to be able to block a lane, whereas if I had Dreadbolted it, wouldn't have been able to. But at this point, I don't think the opponent is actually able to block enough lanes. So my zombies are going to be doing the damage to get through, especially after I rally them. But yeah, definitely some little optimizations there that could be done. Like, I think that means I made the top 8, which is crazy. Yeah, so as you can tell, I'm pretty stoked, right? Making it into the top 8 again, 2 tournaments in a row is absolutely crazy, especially when I'm playing Alloyin Necrium. Super happy about that. And as you can see, the deck has been playing really well for me. Like, I did not expect to be doing this well, especially how I was feeling about the deck before I started playing. But I'm so super happy to be in the top 8, and yeah, so I guess we'll continue with the top 8 in the next video. So thank you for watching, guys. It's super appreciated. And yeah, it's been really, really great. So yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully that shouldn't be too long away, just a couple of days.